What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. I am your host, Slackerz. We are doing the next matchup in the Everyone is Here tournament. So, yeah, matchup number 7 today. So if you're new and you're wondering what this is, allow me to explain. I'll throw up the rules on screen in just a second so you understand how this all works. And if you want to participate, obviously you are always more than welcome to. So, let me throw the rules up on screen here real quick, and then after that, we'll jump into the matchup for the day. Alright, so one of the more important rules for the tournament, please keep in mind that this is just for fun, alright? This whole thing that we're doing is just for fun. It's a way for you to kind of come to a spot, specifically here on these videos, and just give a little bit of support for a character that you would like. I mean, we have 100 characters in this tournament, and odds are you're probably going to like at least a few of them. So if you want to support them, swing by, drop a vote. Very simple. But remember, for all these matches, every individual match, you will only get one vote for each match. And how do you vote? Well, that's very simple. Down in the comments, simply type who your vote is for. So today's matchup is Lana from the Hyrule Warriors series, taking on, well, I guess Legend of Zelda as well, but taking on Sora. So, but the rest of the rules, again, only one vote per person. This is all for fun. But the rest of them, why did I just repeat myself? I don't know. But the rest of them are, it's a double elimination tournament, meaning a character has to lose 2 times before being officially eliminated. If there's ever a tie in the votes, once we get to the results, I'll flip a coin on camera. It's the best and fairest way to break a tie. And then each matchup, voting-wise, only lasts for just 1 week. And we will have our first results of our very first matchup, well, from last week. And that'll come up in just a second. So, yeah, those are the rules. So, let's jump into the matchup, shall we? Alright, let's do this. Matchup number 1. The results from last Monday was Frank West from the Dead Rising series taking on P-Shooter from the Plants vs. Zombies series. Should be fun. Both of them live to kill zombies. So, who won? This one is the first matchup of a tournament. It's always kind of like big and gets quite a bit more votes than maybe some other matchups. Anyway, I'm not gonna try to waste any time. Let's just go. Here we go. P-Shooter ends up winning 77 votes. Check that out, 77 votes to just 35. So, if you're new and you're wondering what this, how it works, basically, P-Shooter wins the matchup. P-Shooter advances and keeps going in the winner's bracket. What happens to Frank West? Very good question. Frank West loses, and if you remember by the rules, you got to lose 2 times before being eliminated officially. So when you lose, you drop to the loser bracket. So Frank West now drops down to match number 104. Oh my gosh. So we won't be seeing Frank West for quite a while, but if he loses again, he's then done from the tournament. So that's how that whole thing works. And that's how the whole tournament's going to shape up and shape around and stuff like that. So, let's get to it. So, today's matchup, Lana from the Hyrule Warriors, Legend of Zelda series, taking on Sora, Kingdom Hearts. And I have a great point I want to make. It's kind of speculatory on my part. So, feel free to give me your opinions down in the comments as well. But let's start this thing off, shall we? First up is Lana, Hyrule Warriors. Now, there's always 3 categories that I say that is lacking on the roster currently. We could always use more females. We could always use more villains. And I think we could, I guess just DLC-wise, we could use, a bit more first party. I'm not against third party by any means, but let's just focus on the main 2 things. Females and villains. Lana's not really a villain, so female. Checks that off right there, right? And especially for DLC, you get a lot of people to focus on this one character. Just get a lot of buzz going about it, and it just like helps diverse the roster, make the roster a little bit more diverse. Vote for Lloyd, awesome. Yeah, so it just, I don't know, it just, I'm not saying it makes the roster completely balanced, 50-50 males and females. No, that will probably never happen. But, at least, get something in that category. And Lana's perfect for it. And plus, she's from a series that I always say, and a lot of you always agree on. Legend of Zelda as a franchise is so big to Nintendo that it's kind of a shame that we really, in a way, we only have 4 characters from Legend of Zelda. Yes, I know we have 6, but I'm saying 4 different faces. We have 3 Links, but I'm really counting it. We have Link, right? Just different iterations of Link. Yes, they play somewhat differently, but it's still Link. So we have Link, Zelda, Ganondorf, and Sheik. How are there only 4 different faces for the Legend of Zelda series? This makes no sense. I mean, look, the Zelda series, like I said, is extremely popular for Nintendo. Always sells very well. They have all sorts of reoccurring popular characters with the community, whether it's Smash Bros, whether it's Legend of Zelda, whatever it might be. LOZ has so many fan favorite characters that it's kind of like, how are some of these not even playable yet? They have quite a few that are assist trophies. I mean, we got Midna, we got Skull Kid, we have, I still don't know how to pronounce his name, Gihirium, I don't know. We know who I'm talking about though. Is there somebody else I'm missing? Wasn't Tingle? Is Tingle still in the game? I don't remember off the top of my head. I haven't played with items in a long time, so I'm kind of blanking on that one. But like, there's just so many. Legend of Zelda just should have a newer face, and why not? It's somebody that's like a magic user, and she could be a little like Robin playstyle wise, because in Hyrule Warriors, that's kind of where I'm going to take inspiration for her moveset. She's got these tomes that she can cast magic, and she's got some interesting sort of magic she can use. She's got these things like barriers or barricades or something like that. Well, they come in like different shapes. So like for different spells, you could really do a lot with the barricades, these barriers. You can trap your opponent. Maybe it could be I don't know exactly where the move's at, like a down special or something. Maybe you just like kind of trap them. You'd be able to see it, obviously. Like 2 barriers kind of come in, and then they'll like close in, and then if the opponent happens to get caught in the barrier, maybe they're just kind of stuck there, and you can use that as a combo starter, something like that. She also has other barriers that can like roll and just basically like a sort of projectile kind of. You just send it at the opponent, and it's got some knockback and stuff. And it's not just all magic either that she has. She does have a javelin or a spear, so she's got a melee weapon if you want to go that route. So that's what I was kind of saying. She's somewhat similar in a tiny bit way to Robin from Fire Emblem. So you got a melee weapon, but you have magic as well. So that'd be pretty cool to see. And Lana's name is kind of something that gets thrown around here and there. Looking at like message boards and comment sections and stuff like that, I see her quite a bit on GameFAQs, and I've seen her a little bit on Smashboards. So I don't know, first party character, right? Nintendo gets all the profits after all, so that'd be pretty cool. But she does face some pretty stiff competition today, and I find okay. Her opponent, obviously, is Sora from Kingdom Hearts. And it took me forever. It took me, 2:33? It took me about, I think I've been looking for this since almost 1 a.m. Hour and a half. I've been searching through Twitter, going through my old tweets, other people's tweets. I've just been going through, and it took me forever. So, for Sora, I have an interesting point I want to bring up. And I finally found this. So, here is... who is this? Yeah, Tetsuya Nomura. Tetsuya Nomura. There we go. The Kingdom Hearts director mentions, and this is a tweet from a couple weeks ago. This is something a little bit interesting. Speaking of Kingdom Hearts scenarios, I have finished Remind and finished the first 2 stories for UX. As I just mentioned, I plan to write 2 more. However, this is the big one. This is a couple weeks ago, right around the same sort of time where Nintendo and Sakurai said there's going to be new Smash DLC. This is the big one. I also received a mystery request for one thing to do first. Now, if you don't know, Disney has said in the past they're fine with Sora and Smash Bros. Square has said they're fine with it, but the thing is, if Sora is to get in Smash Bros., a big thing that you got to really take into consideration, Nintendo has to work with not just Square, but you got to work with Disney. Obviously, Nintendo has to be okay with it, and then Tetsuya Nomura or who's the other one? Shinji Hashimoto. I think he might have a little bit of say in it as well. So you're gonna have a lot of people that will really be involved with this character, and if somebody doesn't like how the character maybe plays, and they say no, then that can really just kind of kill the vibe right there and make it not happen. So while we do know Sora is a very fan-requested, highly popular character to, you know, request-wise to see in Smash Bros. As a playable character, just be a hype, pipe dream, fantasy sort of character that we never imagined that could happen. Maybe it could. We've already said, like I said, Sora has, the Disney and Square have both said, yep, they're fine with seeing Sora in the game. But there's just a lot of people that would be involved in the making and contributing to how Sora could end up playing, and then you know, DLC or not? DLC, but what am I trying to say? Negotiating rights. That's where I'm going. How does this break down? You know, what are the sales like? Like, do they want 50% of the sales? You know, is that how the profits will get divided? Will it go, you know, a little bit here, whatever? It is kind of a sticky situation a little bit because of just how many people have to be involved with this. But I think it could still happen. Look, people want this to happen. The creators, directors of Kingdom Hearts, and people that own Sora, they want it to happen. The fans want this to happen. Sakurai and Nomura, right? I believe those are the two that are pretty big. They're I think they're pretty decent friends, and they're fans of one another as well. So I'm sure that if Nintendo or Sakurai were to reach out and say, all right, yeah, we want to see if we can work out a deal, get Sora into Smash Bros. I think if they actually sat down, this would happen. I think they could get it to happen. Fans want to see it. Smash sells a lot of money, so maybe if it's a split in the profits from just individual fighter packs, I think people would be happy. All parties involved. So Sora makes a lot of sense, but could maybe be a bit tricky. Again, it only takes one of these parties to be like, I'm not liking this, or whatever, you know. I don't see it going this way. Whatever it might be, anything could really snag this up and kind of, you know, nix this whole thing from happening. But again, I hope it happens. Voting wise is easy for me. My vote's for Sora, but yeah, this is an interesting one. I never even finished this, but so basically, I think Remind and Two Stories for UX are like, aren't they like novels or some short stories, or I don't know exactly what they are, but so Nomura's going to be working on those. But before he finishes those, he's got a mystery request. What could that mystery request be? Was it for Sora and Smash? Just speculation, I suppose. But he'll return to the UX, whatever. I honestly don't know what that is. But he'll return to it after this mystery request. And then, you know, and that third line with a bunch of dots. There's a bunch more that I really want to go into, but I don't know. It's crazy. If this is actually some sort of hint at Sora and Smash Bros., whew, that'd be crazy. That'd be nuts. But, yeah, for me, easy. Sora's got my vote in this one. Let me know what you guys think. Anybody that actually watched up to that point and heard what I had to say about Sora right there, if you want to, comment. What do you think this mystery request is? Yeah, that is going to be it for this one. I hope you guys enjoyed. I do have a second video coming out a little bit later today, so check that out. It's a discussion video about Echo Fighters and potential DLC with them. So, yeah, that's later. Anyway, this one's coming to an end. I hope you guys enjoyed. And hopefully we catch you guys on the next one. Actually, wait. What are the sneak peek for tomorrow? Sneak peek for tomorrow. Looks like we have Captain Louie from the Pikmin series. Because, you know, Elf, for some reason, isn't an Echo Fighter, which doesn't make sense. But Louie's taking on King Boo from the Mario series, so that should be fun. And then we'll get the results of Shantae against Crypto. Probably Shantae, but who knows? We'll see what happens. Anyway, that's for tomorrow. Today's ending. I hope you guys enjoyed. Hopefully catch you on the next one. Peace out, everybody.